I think we must take a leaf out of the book of the internet age when it began, the dot-com bubble in the late 90s, where yes, the bubble burst, but what happened during that bubble was a lot, like millions and millions of young people who were into technology, especially in marketing technology, they learned how to build websites. What will happen with the age of AI and how marketers and brands should prepare is do the same thing. We are at the start of the bubble, and what will happen is they need to learn and understand prompt engineering. How does AI work and how can it benefit them? How does the biases come in? How does it handle emotion? How does it handle slang? How does it handle language processing? I think all of those things will tie into how well a marketer is prepared to use these tools.
Specifically, the impact of some of the AI applications we talked about today, so Midjourney and DALL-E for creating images, ChatGPT for creating copy, and the other tools like copy.ai. What it enables us to do is to up our game a lot. So we do things a lot more quickly, we can have a lot more iterations on what we do. I think the reason this part of the world has an advantage is because it's very open to embracing these things. So just yesterday, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid announced a project that launched by the Executive Council looking specifically into how ChatGPT can be used to improve the government of Dubai. Nowhere else in the world is doing that. We are the only country with a minister for AI. So for this part of the world, I think it's a massive opportunity.
Bias and accuracy as well, right, are two big challenges. I think when it comes to accuracy itself, today we expect really high levels of accuracy. The challenge is that we actually need computer models that are very light, but are trained on huge amounts of data. And today what we know is that we have estimated that there are between 4 and 17 trillion tokens, which are essentially text assets that we can train language models on. And the new models that will be coming out, the next generation, for example, of ChatGPT, will be using most of those assets. And that means that in terms of accuracy, we'll have reached a little bit of a peak based on the existing data content. Now, when it comes to bias specifically, one of the challenges that we have is that all the decisions in terms of the ethics that are related to AI are essentially in the hands of a handful of companies. And those companies are their own interest at heart, and also are part, most of the time, of a very westernized society, right? So of course we can control, the data sets. We can, put a lot of effort into that. We can hard code certain reactions and behaviors. And if we cannot be perfect, we should certainly strive to be as free of bias as possible when it comes to AI, because its impact, because of the scale of how many people it can impact, it's particularly important to control that.
Definitely, the span of time that the users are spending on the platforms are increasing, but when it comes to the attention, it's decreasing. So this is the point that actually AI can be included to make sure that the experience on the platforms are tailored to the user preferences, because AI is capable to understand the user behavior, digital footprint, and also predict the future preferences. So that's why by using AI, the brands actually can tailor their content, can tailor their messaging to the users, and then by that, the attention to the detail will increase. At the same time, it will help the users to consume only the content which is relevant for them.